Hey everyone, welcome back to Herbster Games. In today's video, I will show you how to set up a Hexagon 2D map in Unity. Before we dive into the tutorial, make sure to smash that like button, share this tutorial, and hit subscribe for more awesome tutorial videos. Now, let's begin. Create a GameMap script. Set a float variable for the number of tiles to be put down from the middle of the map, and a list and dictionary for storing the tiles. Next, create another script for GameMapTile. It is mainly just to store the X and Y coordinates. I am also going to add an integer variable for tile type, to show you the different tile directions in the creation method when trying to create the map. We would also need a constructor for the class that takes the coordinates when creating the instance. Back to the GameMap class. We would need a constructor there to take in the number of tiles to be created as a parameter and make sure to set the list and maps to new instances so we can utilize them later. Then, create a method to add a tile providing the coordinates. After the method is done, we are going to put the addTile method in the constructor, to create the middle tile for the map so we always have a starting point. Now, onto the generation of the map data. We first need to define a few local variables to track the progress of map creation. Current total size for counting down to 0 for how many tiles are still yet to be processed within the loop. Current layer to indicate which layer of tiles is from the middle of the map. Current tile type for layer to determine which tile type is being processed within the layer. Current extra tile for layer is for counting down the number of extra tiles needed. Once the variables are defined, we would have a while loop to process while the current total size is still more than 0. Within the while loop, begin with expanding towards the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast direction. We will treat the first 4 tile types as these directions, so when the current tile type for layer is less than 5, we will add the tile for the direction. Add a count to the tile type count, and subtract a count from the total amount of tiles still yet to be processed. When the tile type count is at least 5, it will be for the directions toward west, east, north, and south. For these directions, it is not expanding as a straight line, but a fan shape, so we have to take care of all the extra tiles needed for each direction depending on the layer it is on from the middle tile. Each time we put a tile in the direction, minus the current extra tile for layer count to make sure the right amount of tiles for each layer for the direction is populated. Once the current extra tile for layer count runs down to 0, we will reset the amount and change the direction for the next tile creation. Then, at the end of the while loop, if the tiles are all created for the layer, we would reset the direction and increase the current layer amount. Next, create a GameMapManager Script and a GameObject to host it. In the script, we will set tile increment X and tile increment Y variables for setting how big each tile needs to be set apart, since the size of the tile changes on the size of the sprite. Then a color array to host different colors to be set on each tile, to show us the different directions of tiles being created on the GameMap method. We would also need a GameObject variable to put the tile prefab in, a GameMap variable to host the current map, as well as an integer variable for map size. In the start method, create a new GameMap instance providing the map size as a parameter. Populate the game map using the auto-generate-map method. Then, create a show map method. Loop through all the tiles from current map and instantiate all the tiles from it. Back to the UI, create a prefabs folder, and create a new Hexagon tile prefab by dragging the game object into the folder. Delete the game object from the scene, and go edit the variable values on the GameMapManager game object. For the pre-built Hexagon tile sprite, we will set 0.45 for X and 0.82 for Y, but for other custom sprites, we would need to adjust these accordingly. Remember to go back to the GameMapManager script to call the showMap method in the start method as well. We want to change up each tile, so let's create a TileManager and attach it to the tile prefab. Populate a set tile color method, and call this method in the show map method in GameMapManager, to show the different colors on each direction. Make sure to set up the sprite renderer on the prefab to avoid a null pointer exception. Once we set up all the colors on the GameMapManager, run the program once again, and now we should see a hexagon map generated with all the different colors on it. Change up the values and test out more map generation. It looks all good. If you found this video helpful and want more tutorial videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more Unity tutorials. Feel free to drop a comment in the section below if there is any question or topic you would like me to cover, and I will try to incorporate that into our tutorial videos. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!